Well, good morning, my Galilee family and friends. This is another Friday, and I hope you've had a productive week. Um, been in a bit of chaos in my house. It's all good, but still causes a lot of anxiety and stress. We've had four rooms that had wallpaper, and we had it taken down because we took the dining room paper off during COVID. So we knew we never wanted to do that again. So we had that taken down, and then they had to size the walls, and then they had to paint. And in the meantime, the dining room and front living room looks like I wouldn't say an antique shop, looks like a junk shop, a very disorganized junk shop. And the kitchen had like a big living room chair in it, and the porch had many things in it. Our main bathroom had many things in it, so it just looks like a disaster. However, um, coming to an end, it was finished on everything was finished totally on by Tuesday night. And so we've just little by little been washing windows and doing things. So it's all kind of fun, but it was just I don't know, very when your whole home is like that, to me anyway, it's like you just can't it's hard to relax or do anything, even though we're very fortunate, we could just live in the basement, but knowing you had to be down, I just, sort of felt like we were underground. And then, of course, add the 7-month-old puppy to go along with it. It's been huge chaos. And I have to admit, it caused some anxiety, and because there's other things going on, for the district board that I'm on, and LWML things, and council, and deadlines that you need to do, and posters, and I don't know, there's just so much that I just felt totally overwhelmed, um, and anxious, and then negativity went in, and then thinking like, what have I done? Why did I do all this at one time? I mean, it just went like you become overwhelmed instead of just thinking. So of course that's, I think, rationally, and went what you're supposed to do, to in the word. And so the one thing I really did was Proverbs, um, 12, verse 25. Anxiety weighs down the heart, but a kind word cheers it up. We must go in God's word with confidence to be comforted. And I'm thinking, that is so true. Um, because when we're anxious, I think it takes over our whole being, which then I think negativity and all, you can't help but creep in because that's where your thought process goes. Um, and then there's Psalm 1, verse 2, instructs us to meditate on God's word day and night, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. And then there was another suggestion to deal with it, and I thought this was a good one. I mean, I know we all know this verse, and it's so simple, it takes nothing to memorize it. Um, Psalm 46, verse 10. Be still and know that I am God. Um, and boy, that is true. And when you say that, I also think the word still, you just sit down and be still. And I had to do that. And I'm thinking, it will be taken care of. And then today, yesterday on Facebook, I love Winnie the Pooh. And Winnie the Pooh he said to Piglet, focus on the step in front of you and not to the whole staircase. Um, and we all know to do that. And I think when you just take that one thing at a time. say, I'm going to get this done, and what is the most important thing that I need to do. Put it in this, because sometimes I'm all for the staircase, um, even though I know I shouldn't take one step at a time. I know all of this, um, but I'm human. But I just did love that. Just focus on that first step and not the staircase. And then if you put it in chunks like that, it's not such a big deal. It'll get done and it'll all be wonderful, or you hope it will be, but at least be completed. Um, so that's what I'm going to do. And it's going to end, it said, among our storms and chaos, Jesus provides peace. I'm not even saying I'm in a storm, but I consider chaos certainly not a storm like a lot of people are going through. Just really, it was probably storms I put on myself. But Jesus provides peace. And in Psalm 138:3, when I called, you answered me. And connecting with God, even for a minute, it does change your spirit. Makes such a difference. I think we all know that. It makes a difference. So I want to focus on, it's my focus for the coming week, as I go and do the planning, the things that I need to do in my different commitments that I've made, because coming up a really busy time now, is to keep concentrating on the step, that one step, and not focusing on the staircase. And I think that's probably a good one for all of us to think about this coming week, probably more for a week, because I think we're all busy in different ways. And there's a lot in our church that are going through, they're going through storms. And a lot of it you'll see on our announcement sheet. And a while back, Pastor said, the ones that were mentioned, like he said, especially the ones that are constantly on the medical concerns, to reach out, take a goal of 5. Well, I haven't reached out to 5. I've done 3, and I will be doing more. I think that's another challenge that we need to take seriously, because we don't want them to feel that because they're not in church with us that we don't think about them. And I know that makes a big difference. So let's focus on that and challenge each other to reach out to the people on our prayer list, on our announcement sheet. There's many. Or send a card. You don't have to call if that's not something you're comfortable with, but a note or a card would be wonderful. So do that. And remember that we don't have to do the whole staircase. We do one step. And to keep us on that right and narrow and focusing on the step, we just need to look up. So for now, goodbye.